Welcome to Hudson Raider football on the River Channel. I'm Chris Larson, making the trip up to Superior, Wisconsin tonight, and we're not at Ole Hogsrud Stadium, a brand new facility for the Superior Spartans. This is their first conference game. They opened the stadium last week out of conference with a 31-7 win. They opened their season 2 weeks ago with a loss at Hopkins 37-14. So Superior comes into tonight's game against your Hudson Raiders 1-1. The Raiders enter tonight's action 2-0 after victories this season, 27-24 over Minnetonka and 36-0 last week at home against Chanhassen. This is their first road game of the season, but a brand new stadium here for the Superior Spartans, and they are putting a lot of money into some facilities up here. They've got this new football field. They're putting in a new baseball field right behind us. The lighting's going to be a little bit funny tonight. There's some spots that have shade right now, and there's some spots in the bright sun, but I'm guessing we're going to get a nice sunset here in about an hour, and everything will be beautiful, but we're going to play through the sun here for a while. The Hudson Raiders looking to start their Big Rivers Conference season off with a victory tonight here on the road against Superior. Raiders with a really dominant victory last week against Chanhassen, playing Superior. Obviously, Hudson is going to come into this game, two-time Big Rivers champions. They are going to be the favorites this evening, but Superior has been a really tough opponent for the Raiders over the last couple of years. Coming up and playing in that stadium over there on the campus of UW Superior. It was a grass field that was a little dirty and dingy and not kept up very well. Tonight we got some field turf, and it'll be interesting to see how Superior tests the Raiders this evening. But last week the Raiders pitched a big goose egg defensively. The Raider defense didn't allow a point to Chanhassen last week. The Raider defense will be on the field first tonight, as they will be kicking off to Superior. Superior able to put up some points last week, 31 points against Merrill, but they will definitely be facing a stiffer challenge this evening against the Raiders. But a full crowd here tonight. This place is filled to the brim with Superior and Hudson fans. So here we go. The 2014 Big Rivers Conference season about to begin. Christian Bell kicking off for the Raiders. Ball came off the tee. They'll reset. Christian Bell, junior kicker. And the conference season has begun. Superior will bring it around the right side. He's got some room. Will be forced out of bounds somewhere around the 37-yard line. See where they mark it. Jake Leibel returned that for the Spartans. And Nick Mellum and the Superior offense will come onto the field. Superior does like to toss the football around, and it can be a challenge to defend them. Mellum will start up with a pass, go to the right side. He's got his man. It's going to be Leibel again for a gain of about 7 or 8 on first down. It's going to set up a second and short for the Spartans. The Superior team handed the Raiders a tough loss up here about 3 or 4 years ago. Mellum going to roll, going to get some pressure. Now he's going to take off, and he'll have the first down and more. He runs out of bounds at around the 49-yard line. Going to be a first down that'll move the chains for Superior. Do have a flag down, and it looks to be in the neighborhood of holding. Let's see what the guys in stripes come up with here. They're talking to the Raider defense. I'm assuming this is going to back up Superior. So what would have been a first down is going to go back here. It's going to bring up a second down and long for the Spartans. Last week, my partner Joel had the coverage against Chanhassen. He's got a few things to attend to tonight. Couldn't make the trip, so it's one guy calling the game this evening. He's second down and 16 here for Mellum and the Spartan offense. They run a man in motion. They're going to fake the handoff. Mellum's going to keep it. Now he kicks it out. I believe that was Leibel, and Leibel's going to bring it back around the original line of scrimmage. Check that. It was Mitch Anderson. Pickup of about 6 is going to set up a 3rd and 10 for the Spartans. Just underway here at the NBC Sports Complex in Superior. NBC Spartan, and that's not NBC TV. It's a national business bank or something like that. But NBC Stadium. Mellum under some pressure. He's going to throw it. He gets it out, and it's going to be incomplete. And that will bring out the Spartan punt team. Coverage over there by Wes Corum. And the Raider defense holds. Lucas Trainer will be deep to receive this punt. He's going to stand it around his own 32-yard line. I believe that's Max Plunkett to punt this away for Superior. High short kick, and it's going to go way out of bounds, and that's not going to fare well for Superior. The Raiders should start off with great field position, and they're going to give Hudson the football at the 49-yard line. So not much on that punt. Superior is going to net about maybe 15 yards if they're lucky. So the Raider offense put up 24 points in the first half last week against Chanhassen. Will come onto the field for the first time tonight. John Ucatil, senior quarterback, will lead the way. Behind him, a sophomore, Dayton Diemel, figures to get the most carries this evening. The Raiders averaging 250 yards per game on the ground, and they're going to fake the hand. No, they will give it to Diemel, and Diemel's going to pick up about 5 or 6. Dayton Diemel, as a sophomore last season, got quite a bit of playing time after the starter Wade Malika went down with an injury early in the season. And then when Wade came back, Diemel took a seat, and he's getting his turn this season, and he's doing a lot with it. Nice run there. 2 rushes, 12 yards so far for the junior Diemel. That'll move the chains for Hudson. First down to the 38-yard line. Just hit the 10-minute mark remaining here in the first quarter. Ucatil will keep it himself this time on the option. Nice run. Ucatil making a couple guys miss, and he's going to pick up 5 or 6 yards on first down. Raiders starting off this season in style. They enter tonight's action 2-0. Ucatil will keep it himself. Now he kicks it out to Braden Marvin. Marvin's got some speed. Marvin gets through a tackle, and he's down inside the 10, down to around the 8 or 9 yard line. Once Braden Marvin gets outside, it's going to be a big gain. He's got some speed, and he's able to make some guys miss. Looks like they're going to mark him at the 11-yard line, or as we call it, the EB zone. The Raiders are able to get a first down here without getting a touchdown. They're on the 11, and they will give it to Diemel. Diemel's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders! I believe that was 5 plays, 51 yards, and a Hudson Raider touchdown. 9:04 left on the clock here in the first quarter, and the Raiders lead it 6-0 with Christian Bell coming onto the field to tack on another point. So far, so good on this road trip to Superior tonight. High snap, Ucatil gets it down, and Bell kicks it through. 7-0 Hudson. Couldn't have written the script much better than that. The Raider defense comes up with a stop right away, gives the Raider offense some great field position, and they get in the end zone in 5 plays. As I mentioned earlier, opening night tonight in the Big Rivers Conference. Other games around the conference, Eau Claire North visiting what I would imagine is a very angry Menominee football team. Menominee lost last week to St. Francis 49-7, and they are hosting Eau Claire North tonight, and I'm glad I'm not in the Husky shoes, as I expect the Mustangs to perhaps lay down some punishment on Eau Claire North. Other games tonight, Chippewa Falls on the road at Eau Claire Memorial, and River Falls taking the trip over to Rice Lake. River Falls off to a tough start this season, 0-2. Christian Bell will kick off with 9:04 left in the first quarter, and the Raiders out to a 7-0 lead. Capacity crowd here tonight, and the Raiders can continue to play the way they are. They may open up some seats. And it's fielded once again by Leibel. Leibel tries to make a man miss. He's going to be wrapped up and dragged down at the 20-yard line. Nice open field stop out there by Reed Junko. Superior will start this possession with 79 yards in front of them. Beautiful night for football this evening. Temperatures in the mid-60s. Just a slight breeze blowing across the field. And they'll start with a run up the middle, and the Raider defense all over that one. Mitch Anderson is going to pick up about a yard on first down. He's going to set up 2nd and 9 for Superior. Mellum gets the play. Lining up from the shotgun, empty backfield. We'll send a man in motion, and he'll give him the football and drag down behind the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle behind the line of scrimmage there by Tom Geisler. Check that, Ryan Ryder, 44 on your program. So a loss of 4. Mellum hesitated and wasn't sure what to do with the football, and when you hesitate, that's often the result. 3rd down and 13 for Superior. Passing down, and the dogs are going to be out here for the Raiders. Mellum back to pass under pressure, gets it away, gets his man, and that'll be a first down out to Leibel. Mellum with a heck of a throw. Couple white shirts in his face, and he got it out of there. Nice gain, about 15 yards there on the play for Superior, and that'll set up a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 coming up for the Spartans at their own 34-yard line. Raiders brought some pressure up the middle, right in Mellum's face. He got it out of there, though. Nice-looking ball. And Superior picks up their first down, and now they'll run it around the right side. And that's going to go to Grant Hansen, and Hansen's going to pick up a couple yards. Looks like they're going to give him 3 or 4. Call it 4 out to the 38-yard line. Second and 6 now coming up for the Spartans. And now they'll run it around the near side with Leibel. Leibel cuts it back. He's going to be a couple yards short of the first down, but definitely a manageable down and distance here coming up for Superior. Xander Motu with the tackle for the Raiders. 3rd down and 2 coming up for Superior. Third and 2. Raiders with an opportunity to get off the field here at the stop. Superior will throw it out there. It's going to be incomplete, in and out of the hands of Sean Petrovich, the junior receiver. And I believe Coach Bob DeMeyer will send the punt team onto the field. Coach DeMeyer been with this program for a long time, and they are usually a pretty competitive bunch. If they don't find their way into the playoffs, they're often playing for a playoff position in the final week of the season. Punts away. It's another high one. This one's going to stay in bounds. Lucas Trainer fields it without calling for a fair catch. And really fortunate the Raiders able to come out of there with that football. 6:21 remaining in the first quarter. The Hudson Raiders will come back onto the field. Raider offense leading this game 7-0. Raiders move the ball 51 yards in 5 plays on their first drive for a touchdown. And they'll give it to Demo once again. Demo's going to get about 4 there on that play. Set up 2nd down and a long 6. Raiders right back up to the line of scrimmage. And this time, Ucatil will keep it, kicks it out to Bronson. Bronson's got the 1st down and more. He'll get out to around the 45-yard line, and that will move the chains once again for this Hudson Raider offense. First and 10 for Hudson at their own 45-yard line. And they'll give it to Demo. I'll check that Ucatil. Ucatil had the football, and he was pulled down for a short loss. A 2-yard loss. Nice open field tackle out there. Ucatil with some pretty slick handoffs. Caught the camera guy by surprise. This time Ucatil set to throw. Launches it downfield and nearly intercepted. Leibel had it in his hands. Raiders looking for Henrik Weissemeyer. And that will bring up a 3rd and 12 after the incompletion. This time Ucatil appears to be setting up from the pistol. They'll run Marvin in motion. Ucatil set to throw. Is going to throw it downfield. Got his man, and that should be enough for a 1st down. Going to be really close depending on the spot. Weissemeyer with the catch. And let's see where they mark the football, but I would guess if it's close, the Raiders will go for it. Yep, they will get the Raiders for a holding, and that will back Hudson back. Earlier in this quarter, Superior completed a long pass, had it called back for holding, and now the Raiders do the same. And that's really going to back up Hudson. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and 3rd and 28 here for the Hudson Raiders. I don't think Coach Cowles has a good 3rd and 28 play in the playbook, but see what happens here. And Ucatil will keep it, and not going to get much. They'll give him about 4, and that will send the Raiders punt team into the game. Clock just under 5 minutes here in the first quarter. The Hudson Raiders leading at 7-0, but their punt team will come onto the field for the first time this evening. Jake Leibel will be back to receive this punt. Christian Bell will do the punting for the Raiders. It's a good snap, and Bell, a nice high kick. And it will take a Superior bounce, but the Raiders able to cover it up around the 49-yard line. If that would have taken a Hudson bounce, that would have been a thing of beauty. Beautiful, high, deep kick, just bounced the wrong way. Superior picked up about 8-9 yards off that bounce, but Raider defense will come onto the field at midfield here. Mellum will start from the shotgun. Under some pressure right away, gets it out of there and gets his man. That's Leibel, and that will be a first down for Superior. Superior with a fresh set of downs at the Raider 38-yard line. This is the first time tonight they've been on the Hudson side of the field. .4:14 left in the first quarter. Mellum fakes the handoff, will throw it deep down the field, and he's got his man. Touchdown for Superior. Jake Leibel beat his man into the end zone, and Mellum put it right on the money. And that will tighten the score up, 7-6. 38-yard touchdown connection, Mellum to Leibel, and Superior will attempt to tie the game up here. Mackenzie Schwartz doing the kicking. Schwartz, a 6'1" senior, and he kicks it through. So with 4:07 left in the first quarter, Superior 7, Hudson 7. As I mentioned before, the Superior team can throw the football around, and it's tough to defend. Played some very competitive teams, or competitive games with some of Hudson's great football teams the last few years. The Raiders blew them out, but there have been a couple close ones. When this team is at home, they're dangerous, and I can tell you one thing. They've got a lot of fans here tonight that they'd like to put on a show for. So the Raider kick return team will come onto the field for the first time. Lucas Trainer deep with Wassemeyer and Braden Marvin. Schwartz set to kick for the Spartans. And it's a deep kick. It's going to be fielded by Trainer at the 4-yard line. Trainer taken down at around the 22. Well, the Spartan hopeful getting a little excited, seeing a score, and then a nice tackle on special teams. This is one of those drives the Raiders need to get back momentum right here. They'll start at the 22, 78 yards in front of them. And they will hand it off to Diemel. Diemel, a nice run. Going to be close to a first down. Looks like a gain of about 9. And that will set up the Raiders the second and short. Second down and 1 for Hudson, right up to the line of scrimmage, and they will give it to Demo once again, and Demo will have the first down. move the chains and give the Raiders a fresh set of downs at their own 41-yard line. Ucatil fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it himself and have a nice gain there once again. Looks like a pickup of around 6 or 7 yards. Set up the Raiders again with a nice second down opportunity coming up. And they will once again go right up to the line of scrimmage. And this time they'll give it to Marvin. Marvin slips through a tackle. First down into Spartan territory, out to around the 46-yard line of Superior. And now the Raiders on the right side of the field. And Ucatil will keep it himself once again. Finds an opening. He's got a first down and more down to around the 31-yard line. Pickup of around 15 yards for Ucatil on first down. And that will move the chains. A Hudson Raider first down. They'll mark the ball at the 31. And they're going to give it to Diemel. Diemel zipping through there, and he's got around 9-10 yards. Going to be just shy of the first down. They'll give him 9. Second and 1 coming up for Hudson at the 22-yard line of Superior. 7-7 tied, 2:28 left in the first quarter. Raiders just about into the red zone. Ucatil surveys the defense. Barks out a play to the wings, and we'll give it to Diemel, and Diemel's going to get about 2 or 3 on that. Not a whole lot of yardage, but it will move the chains for the Raiders. Going to set them up with the 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. And they're going to give it to Marvin. Marvin made a nice move there to get around one defender, but too many blue shirts there. Marvin does pick up. We're going to give him a gain of 2, but just couldn't get to the second level on that play. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Raiders. Ucatil fakes the handoff, makes the linebacker bite, and he's going to be near the first down. I think he's going to be just short, taken down at around the 11-yard line. 3rd down and 1 coming up for Hudson. Nice move there by John Ucatil. Froze the linebacker. And they'll give it to Diemel. Diemel, first down and more, down to the 5-yard line. Will set up Hudson with a 1st and goal from around just outside the 5. 1:06 left in the quarter. Superior is going to call a timeout. The Raiders running this methodical offense and just running the ball right down through the Superior defense. I think the Spartans just wanted an opportunity to catch their breath here before they try to come up with a goal line stand. Got to give a lot of credit to those boys up front. Andy Johnson, Madison Davis, Grant Mara, John Wilgren, Josh Nelson, just paving a road for Ucatil, Diemel, Braden Marvin. Those linemen up front for the Raiders. 4 seniors and a junior. They are moving some blue shirts out there tonight. First and goal for the Raiders, just outside the 5-yard line. Ucatil will go under center, Diemel behind him. Bronson to the right, Marvin to the left. They're going to give it to Diemel. Oh, Ucatil kept it. Didn't get much. Gain of maybe an inch or two. Set up second and goal. This time they'll give it to Marvin. Marvin cuts it back inside. Marvin into the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. 5-yard touchdown run by the senior Braden Marvin. And the Hudson Raiders have retaken the lead. 13-7, 37 seconds left in the first quarter. Christian Bell on to kick the extra point. John Ucatil will hold. Nice snap. It's down, and the kick is up and good. 14-7 Hudson. 37 seconds left in the first quarter. The Raiders with 3 drives in that quarter, 2 touchdowns. Not a bad percentage. Raiders were perfect last season in the Big Rivers Conference, as they were the season before that. Have not lost a conference contest in 3 seasons. First conference game of the 2014 slate right here tonight in Superior. Beautiful country. It's a long drive from Hudson, but a beautiful drive. Took the cruise through the Northwoods, up Highway 63 and then to 53. No thanks to the interstate. Drive through some nice little towns. Cumberland, Spooner. Christian Bell set to kick. A few weeks, I bet those trees in the background will be golden. Leibel's going to take it around the right side. Goes horizontal around the 20-yard line, picks up maybe an extra yard or two. They're going to mark it at the 22-yard line, and that's where Superior will start this possession. Superior with their 4th possession of the night. 1 touchdown, 2 punts. And they're going to start off with a run. Not much going on there. Ryan Ryder wraps up the ball carrier, Mitch Anderson. Anderson's going to pick up 2 on the play. Sets up 2nd and 8 for the Spartans. Lights starting to illuminate the field, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So at the end of 1, it's Hudson 14, Superior 7. Beautiful sky. We're looking straight east, and if you go about, I'd say about 3 miles straight east of here, you'd be in the cool, crystal clear waters of Lake Superior. Beautiful backdrop, and it's nice to have some lights up here in Superior that don't make everything look yellow. Our annual road trip up to Superior always evolved into kind of the ugliest video of the season. It's because of those lights. Nice new facility right here on the high school campus. Superior tonight taking on Hudson. Next week they'll go on the road at Chippewa Falls, and then they'll travel to Menominee Then they go home, back home, River Falls, home against Rice Lake, at Eau Claire North, and they end their season here at home against Eau Claire Memorial. 2nd and 8 for the Spartans. Mellum from the shotgun. And Mellum will give it to Leibel. Leibel's going to cut it up the sideline. He'll have the first down. That'll move the chains. Gain of around 12 yards on 2nd and 8 will set up a first down for the Spartans. They'll mark it at the 35. Mellum empty backfield. They'll run Leibel in motion, and Mellum's going to let it fly. Once again, he has man open, but through the hands of Anderson. And the Raiders pretty fortunate on that play because Anderson had broken free. He pulled that in. It was going to be 6 points for Superior. Raiders have let a couple receivers tonight get behind them. And Mellum has really thrown some nice footballs out there. One of them caught for a touchdown in the first quarter. That one dropped. 2nd and 10. Mellum rolls to his left, winding up to throw again, and he gets it out. He's going to get it to Leibel. And Leibel should have a first down. Let's see where they mark it. Going to be really close. I'm just glad Joel isn't here right now because he would not be happy with that. The first time they marked it short, and then they remarked it and gave him the first down. I think you did have it. The first mark wasn't very good, but either way, it's first down for Superior. 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. Mellum with a fresh set of downs. And he will fake the handoff, and now he kicks it out to it's going to be Grant Hansen. And a nice run by Hansen will pick up about 5 yards. And will set up a 2nd and 5 for Superior. 10:58 left in the first half. Hudson Raiders leading at 14-7. Xander Motu with the tackle for Hudson. Mellum gives it to Leibel. Leibel in a whole lot of trouble. Ryan Ryder over there. Couple other Raiders. Xander Motu in the mix as well. Loss of a couple will set up 3rd down and 7 for Superior, and they've thrown the ball quite effectively tonight. 3rd down and 7's a manageable down for this offense. Mellum going to roll to his right, wing it out there, and it's going to go through the hands of Bo Gerard. And let's see what Coach Bob DeMeyer wants to do. There is a flag down, and let's see if what the officials come up with. They're going to call a procedure penalty against Superior, and I think they're going to make Hudson take the penalty. We're going to replay 3rd down. No, they'll call it a 4th down. Raiders are able to decline, and they do. So 4th and 7. Coach DeMeyer sends the punt team onto the field, but this is a beautiful place. If you're going to fake a punt, this would be the spot to do it from at midfield. And keep your eyes and ears open here. And they will kick it away. It's a high kick. And it touched a Raider, but Lucas Trainer picks it up. Trainer makes a guy miss, and then he loses the ball. Looks like Braden Marvin scooped it up. That was a wild play. Wasn't Trainer, actually. That was John Cryer. And John Cryer was Johnny on the spot. The ball touched a Hudson Raider at around the 18-yard line. It was a live ball at that point. There's a flag on the field at around the 40. Let's see if we can sort this mess out. They're talking to Superior, so I'm guessing the penalty is going to be against Hudson. It's probably going to be a hold. So it's going to be a block in the back, and that will push the Raiders back to the 19-yard line. So the Raiders go from about the 34 to the 19. Not the best spot in the world, but luckily that return was good enough that the Raiders at least not backed up in the shadow of their own end zone. So the Raider offense scored on 2 of 3 drives tonight. Back onto the field here with 81 yards in front of them. And Yucatil under center with 9:32 left in the first half. And they'll give it to Diemel. Diemel's going to have about 2 just over the 21-yard line. Second down in the short 8. And the Raiders are going to get flagged for movement. Going to turn to 2nd and 8 to a 2nd and 13. Raiders have done a nice job this season of not having a whole lot of penalties like that. But when they happen, they certainly make it difficult. So 2nd down and 13 now for Hudson. Bronson in motion, and they will give it to Diemel. And Diemel with a nice run out across the 25-yard line, and will give the Raiders a manageable 3rd down and about 4 coming up here. 8:45 left in the second quarter. 3rd and 4 for Hudson. Yucatil under center. And they're going to give it to Bronson. Bronson able to slip through the first tackler, but nothing going after that. They call him down. The ball came loose, but officials say he was down after a 1-yard gain. That'll bring up 4th down and 3, and that will send Christian Bell and the Hudson Raider punt team onto the field. So the Raiders scored on their 1st and 3rd possessions tonight. They will punt on their 2nd and 4th possessions this evening. Leibel standing at his own 40. And Bell kicks a line drive this time out of bounds, and that's going to give the Spartans some pretty good field position. They'll mark it, it appears to be at around the Hudson 49-yard line. So Superior will start this drive in Hudson territory. First and 10. And Mellum will complete his pass out to Mackenzie Schwartz. Gain of around 5 for Schwartz. Tackle by Wes Corum. Sets up a 2nd down and call it a Short 6. Officials timeout called. We have an equipment issue. Joe Sekulu comes off the field, and Reed Junko takes his spot for the moment. Mellum sets up in the shotgun, second down and a short 6. Fakes the handoff, looking downfield, firing. He's got his man. It's going to be Leibel, and I believe Leibel's going to have the first down. It's going to be real close. And they will give them the first down. Looked like a good spot for a measurement, but they're going to eyeball it. I think he had it, but it was interesting what he did there. So, 1st and 10. Mellon from the pistol. And he will kick it out. Nice run here. Raiders still on his feet. Raiders pull him down at the 14-yard line. Ross Connolly, senior captain. First time I've called his name tonight. Beautiful run by Connolly. Looked like the Raiders had taken him down, but he just refused to go down. And Superior will have a first down. We do have a flag on the field. Looks like it's going to be against Hudson. It's going to be a personal foul face mask against the Raiders. And that will set up Superior with the 1st and goal situation down at around the 7-yard line. 6.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Superior knocking on the door here. Mellum kicks it out to Connolly once again. This time the Raiders wrap him up. Going to be a short loss for Superior. 2nd and goal from around the 8. Spartans will try it again. One wide out to the right side, one to the left. Mellum is going to have his man. It'll be a touchdown for Superior. Spartans come down the field and even the score up. Bo Gerard snuck out of the backfield and wide open and into the end zone for the touchdown. Schwartz will come on to kick the extra point. And the kick is good, and that will tie the football game up. We're tied at 14 apiece with 5:43 left in the first half. The home team giving their crowd plenty to cheer about tonight. Raider offense going to have to come up with something here. 5:43 left. It'd be nice to put together a nice 5-minute, 40-second drive for a touchdown. 14-14. Schwartz will come on to kick. Lucas Trainer, Braden Marvin, and Weissemeyer deep to receive. First kickoff for Schwartz was a boomer down inside the 5-yard line. See what he's got this time. Kick is away. It's going to be fielded by one of the up men. That's Diemel. And Diemel will bring it up to around the 32-yard line. Boomed it the first time. That time, kick fielded around the 20-yard line. John Ucatil, a Raider offense back onto the field. Ucatil nearly trips, finds his footing, and he's got a nice run. First down and more. Down the sidelines goes Ucatil, pushed out and around the 30-yard line, but that will set the Raiders up on the Superior side of the field at around the 28. They'll mark it at the 30. Run of about 36 yards there. Now they're going to mark it at the 33-yard line. Raiders right back up to the line of scrimmage, ready to run a play. They're going to give it to Diemel, and Diemel with a nice run. Give him about 7 on that play. Raiders will stay in hurry-up mode here. Second down and 3. Clock rolling, 5:10 left in the first half. Very competitive game, 14-14. Diemel, nice carry. Diemel still on his feet, and Diemel will pick up the first down and more, taken down at around the 12-yard line. That will move the chains and set the Raiders up into the EB zone. Raiders will be able to pick up a first down at around the, we'll call it around the 4-yard line. They'll give it to Marvin. Marvin's going to pick up about 6 on first down. Sets up a 2nd and 5 from the 9-yard line. 4:41, clock rolling, 14-14 Superior and Hudson. And this time, Diemel gets a spell. It's Nick Holm in there for the carry for the Raiders. And Holm's going to be real close to the first down. Gain of about 4. Holm will stay in there on 3rd down and short. And the Raiders will give it to Holm. Holm into the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. Nick Holm, 5-yard touchdown scamper right down the middle. And the Hudson Raiders retake the lead in about a minute and a half. 68 yards, minute and a half long drive. Christian Bell will come on to kick the extra point. Ucatil gets the snap down, and Bell punches it through. 21-14. If you like a lot of scoring in your football game, you enjoyed tonight's festivities so far. It's been a fun game. Both these offenses running up and down the field. Superior mostly with the pass. Hudson, just about all runs. Raiders have had a dominant offensive line this season, averaging 250 yards per game on the ground, and I would say they're got to be approaching 200 yards here in this first half already. Bell and the Hudson Raider coverage team getting ready to kick this one away. Gerard and Leibel deep for the Spartans. And we're set. Kicks away. It's going to be fielded by Leibel at around the 18-yard line, and took a goofy bounce. Leibel just had to jump on it. Superior will start this drive with 81 yards in front of them. 4:13 left in the first half, and the Hudson Raiders back in the lead, 21-14. Mellum will start in the pistol. He's going to fake the handoff and pump and throw it. He's got his man. Looks like Leibel out there makes a man miss. And he is out to around the 45-yard line. 4:06 is an eternity for this Superior Spartan offense. They can move the ball effectively, but there is a flag down. It's in the offensive backfield. Let's see what we've got. And that will back Superior up. It'll be 5-yard motion penalty against Superior. First down over, but it'll be 1st and 15, and it erases what would have been about a 25-yard gain for Leibel. Mellum keeping the football under pressure from behind, and he's taken down. Jake Niederhauser gained a 2 for Mellum, but I think he saw a lot of green in front of him. Never saw Niederhauser coming from behind. 2nd down and 13. Mellum set to throw under pressure once again from Niederhauser. Throws it away. They're going to say it's incomplete. Couple geese flying through the sky there. Right over the stadium, checking out the action tonight. Well, now they gave him the completion. One official called it incomplete. The other one said it's complete. 3rd and 5 coming up. Kind of an interesting evening tonight for the officials. Mellum under pressure again, gets it out of there, and he's got his man downfield, Mitch Anderson, and that's going to be a 1st down. Anderson's going to take it out to the 44-yard line. Clock stops briefly as they move the chains. It's at 3:22. And they will start the clock here. 3:22 left in the first half. Raiders lead at 21-14, but Superior trying to match up the score here before we go to the locker rooms. Mellum is going to kick it out to, I believe that's Anderson. Ross Kennelly. Kennelly picks up about 4. Nick Mellum played very well last year in his junior year. This is his senior year, and he's going to challenge a lot of defenses in this conference this season. Mellum, nice throw, got his man for completion. Raiders able to take him out of bounds, but not before a first down there by Grant Hansen into Raider territory down to the 33-yard line. Mellum gets a block, and he'll throw it downfield. Beautiful toss, beautiful catch down there by Mitch Anderson. It'll be another first down for Superior. First and 10 for Superior, and around the 18-yard line. Raider defense being tested here tonight. Pitched a shutout last week against Chanhassen. They're going to kick it out to Kennelly. Kennelly gets through a tackle and is going to have a nice gain of around 6 yards. Sickaloo with the tackle, but not until Kennelly picked up 6. Clock rolling, 1:49 left in the half. Superior trailing 21-14, looking to tie this game up. And Mellum's going to keep it himself. Going to be close to the first down. I think he's got it. And they will give him the first down. First and goal from just inside the 8-yard line for Superior. And the clock starts rolling here, 1:32 left in the half. And now Hudson will call a timeout. So again, this might be one of those spots where the Raiders call a timeout just like Superior did, just to kind of catch their breath. 1:30 left in the half here. Hudson Raiders tonight up here against Superior. And next week, the Raiders will play host to the Menominee Mustangs. And last year we played them at home. Back at home again. The Big Rivers Conference reshuffled the schedule here this season. So we will host the Mustangs for the second straight season. But in the last few years, we've played them for the last game of the season, which has essentially been a championship game for the last few years. Both teams entered that contest undefeated. This season, the Raiders and Menominee will meet mid-season. Early season, if we call it the Big Rivers Conference. It's a 7 o'clock start next Friday night at Newton Field. Hudson and Menominee, always a classic. We got a classic brewing here on our hands tonight. 21-14 Hudson, but Superior knocking on the door. Minute and a half left to play in the first half. And they will fake the handoff. Mellum, though, tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Jack Koski and company back there. Fake the handoff to Gerard. And Mellum tried to sneak in behind him. Jack Koski was having none of it. Second goal from the 8. Mellum looking to throw. Across the middle, touchdown Superior. Simple pitch and catch on the slant. Grant Hansen with the touchdown for Superior. Schwartz will come in to kick the extra point. And if he kicks it through, we'll have a tie football game. 55 seconds left in the half. The Raider offense will get the ball first in the second half, but I'm sure they would have liked to have come out with a lead. And they nearly blocked it. Like Bryce Descharme and Lucas Traynor got in there, but Anderson kicked it through, and we are tied at 21 apiece. Raider defense was absolutely dominant last week against Chanhassen. Tonight, they have really been put to the test by the Superior passing offense. Superior in name and performance this evening. Throwing the football around, seemingly it will. Open the broadcast tonight with a warning that tonight's game, although I think a lot of people thought the Raiders would have an opportunity to dominate, I really felt like tonight's game was going to be a competitive one, and it's certainly shaped out that way. Braden Marvin fields the kick. Marvin finds an opening. He's out to around the 38-yard line. So the Raiders with some pretty decent starting field position here. 50 seconds left to play. Raiders do have 2 timeouts. Let's see what Hudson decides to do. Coach Neil Hatfield, the defensive coordinator, just left the press box, so that might be a sign of conservative things to come here. They're going to kick it out to Marvin around the right side, and Marvin is taken down after a gain of around 3. It's not a bad play to run there. Marvin's been known to break some, but it's still a pretty low-risk play. Now Ucatil set to throw. He's going to throw it downfield. He's got his man, Weissemeyer, down to around the 48-yard line. Let's see if Hudson uses one of those timeouts. They will not as the clock stops as they move the chains. 24 seconds left. Ucatil waiting for them to whistle the ball live, and Ucatil will just kill the football to stop the clock. Raiders have 2 timeouts, but the way they're playing, they may be saving one of those for an opportunity to bring Christian Bell onto the field to kick a long field goal. Ucatil under center. Fakes the handoff, under pressure, is going to try to wind up. Now he's going to pull it down. I think we're going to have a hold on the Raiders, though. Flag in the backfield, and looks like it's going to be a hold against Hudson. The timing on that play was a little bit off. And that holding penalty, and the fact that we've got 18 seconds left, may have just stalled this drive. So that will back the Raider offense back to the 36. Ucatil will line up from the shotgun. Under pressure once again, steps up. And he's going to run it. Doesn't get a whole lot. And I would guess that Coach Adam Cowell is just going to let the clock roll down, and he does. So at the end of the first half, it's going to be Hudson 21, Superior 21. A very exciting first half of action here tonight in Superior. We'll be right back with the second half. Second half action about to get underway here in Superior. The Hudson Raiders playing a barn burner here tonight with Superior, 21-21. Last week, they led 24-0 at the half before heading home 36-0 leaders. The week before that, they led 24-3 at the half before holding on to win that one against Minnetonka. Tonight, 21-21, all tied up. This is the first time this season the Raiders haven't had a big lead at halftime. I'm sure they had some friendly discussions during the halftime break. Raiders will get the opportunity to start on offense here to start the second half. Schwartz set to kick off for Superior. Deep kick, and it's going to scooped up by Lucas Trainer at the 2-yard line. I think Trainer was thinking it was going to go out of bounds. Able to break a tackle before he takes a shot at the 14-yard line. Couldn't have kicked it off much better than Schwartz did right there. Looked like it was going to go out of bounds, and it just kind of plopped itself down right there next to the sideline at the 1-yard line. So the Raider offense will start off at the 14-yard line. And they're going to give it to Diemel to start the first half action. And Diemel's going to pick up about 5. Hudson River Channel camera tonight sitting right next to the Superior student section. A little bit of yelling and hollering. It's all good, clean fun, but might hear some funny voices next to me. And the Raiders are going to have some motion before the snap, and it's going to erase 5 of those 6 yards that Diemel picked up on first down. Move it from 2nd and 4 to 2nd and 9 now. Another drive. 2nd and 9. Starts with a penalty for Hudson. Going to fake the handoff to Diemel. Ucatil will slip through, and he's going to pick up about 4. Going to get it back to about where Diemel had it before. It's going to set up a 3rd down and 4. This is a spot I think it's going to be a big conversion here for the Raiders. Ucatil set the pass. Fires it out there for Bronson. Bronson has it. First down for the Hudson Raiders. They will mark him down. He stepped out of bounds just past the marker at around the 35-yard line. 25-yard line, check that. It's a big first down for Hudson. Superior, I believe they scored 3 straight drives. That offense, as soon as they started catching the football, and tough to stop. Ucatil kicks it out for Bronson, and Bronson looks like he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's about it. Now they're going to mark him down, loss of 1. 2nd and 11 now for Hudson. Running backs are Bronson and Steven Trapicio. Marvin is not on the field for Hudson. And Ucatil set the pass. They throw it downfield. It's going to be broken up by Superior. And that will set up a 3rd down and long. No Marvin, no Weissemeyer on the field here for Hudson. Trapicio and Bronson, the wings. Now Weissemeyer is the wide out to the left side. Marvin on the sidelines. Ucatil throwing it deep down the field. He's got his man, but it's going to be incomplete. In and out of the hands of Jamison Krause, and that will send the Hudson Raider punt team onto the field. And it's kind of a scary proposition the way that this Superior team has moved the ball tonight. Leibel back to receive the punt. He's standing around his own 40. Christian Bell at his own 10. High snap. Bell pulls it down, gets the kick away. It's going to be a high kick, and it will take a Raider bounce down to around the 42-yard line. Bell very fortunate to get that football out of there. Ends up putting together about a 35-yard punt. Be a net of 33. High school punter under duress, not bad, but there is a flag on the field. And it looks to be against Hudson. Had a meeting with the Superior sideline. Now the official will come over and speak with Jack Koski, defensive captain for Hudson. Not sure what exactly is going on. A long discussion. And the Raiders appear to be excited. So we're going to have a roughing the punter penalty, and my apologies with videotaping the football game and trying to call at the same time. I really didn't see that happen, but Christian Bell was under some major pressure as he punted that football out of there. And Superior must have gotten a piece of him, so that will send the Hudson Raider offense back onto the field at their own 39-yard line. So a big break for the Raiders, an opportunity to keep this drive going. They're going to give it to Diemel, and Diemel with a nice gain of about 6 on first down. And this would be a good spot to make Superior pay for that penalty. All the momentum was going to go in Superior's favor, and that penalty sends the Raider offense back onto the field, and now they're nearing midfield, and the Raiders with another penalty. They're going to call Hudson for motion. So once again, after a 6-yard gain by Diemel, they'll back it up 5. And I have noticed a few times tonight when Hudson starts a little bit early once in a while. Trapiccio, nice run. Still on his feet, down to the 40-yard line. Beautiful run by Steven Trapiccio. I missed last week's game, but I didn't see him run against Minnetonka. That was a nice piece of running. First down and 10 for Hudson, down to the 42. And the Raiders will run it up the middle with Diemel. And Diemel's going to pick up 6 yards. So far in this drive, Diemel on first down equals 6 yards 3 straight times. Let's hope they don't follow it up with another penalty here like they did the previous 2 times. They don't. It's going to be Ucatil first down and more. Ucatil making a man miss down near the 20-yard line. Going to be called out at around the 23, I believe. Let's see where they mark it. Should be a fresh set of downs for Hudson. Ucatil is a slippery runner. And they call holding against Hudson. So we dodged the bullet on the motion call and called for holding. Luckily, it was downfield, so the Hudson Raiders really only lose about 4 yards on the play. Second down and 8. They'll replay the down over. They're going to give it to Diemel. Diemel plowing ahead. I think he got 2, and he worked for all of them. And he appears to be injured. Officials taking a look at that ankle, and he's in a lot of pain. Hudson training staff right out there. Diemel was battling in there and probably had his foot planted and is on the turf in some pain. Dayton Diemel was thrust into action last season when Wade Malika was injured in the first game of the year and played spectacularly as a sophomore. Given the starting job here as a junior. Looks like he's going to get up under his own power, though. Shaken up and looked like the ankle suffered an injury, but gets up and trots off to the sideline. Good thing for the Raiders to see Diemel. Looks to be fine. Nick Holm will come in to play the fullback position here, at least for one down here on 3rd and 7. Nick Holm does have a touchdown tonight. Played very well in a limited role. Yucatil set to throw and fires, finds Weissemeyer. Weissemeyer, though, is going to be wrapped up. Superior says they have the football. The officials have not signaled that to be the case, however. His forward progress was definitely stopped. It's going to be a 4th down, but I would guess that head coach Adam Cowles will be going for it here in 4th down, given the spot in the field here at the 38-yard line. No, they're going to send the punt team in. They want to back Superior up. The Spartan offense has been running on high octane basically since the start of the second quarter. And Coach Cowles doesn't want to give them any opportunity here with some field position. They're going to punt this away and try to back them up here. And I think the Raiders just got called for movement. Really not a bad spot to take that penalty. Gives Christian Bell a little bit more room to punt in there. Bell could certainly kick it into the end zone from where he was, so it's not a bad penalty. Not a good penalty, but could be worse. It's a nice snap, and Bell's going to kick it high. It's going to be take a Raider bounce, and it's going to be taken out of bounds at around the 6 or 7 yard line. So the Raiders get the defensive field position they were looking for. Let's see if they can come up with a stop. Superior had a couple drives halted early in the game, had some drop passes. But really those last 3 drives they've gone on, they've looked awfully efficient on offense. The receivers haven't let the football hit the turf, and they've been racing up and down the field. 6:52 left in the third quarter. It's 21-21, Superior and Hudson. We're on the road tonight in Superior. And they're going to throw it deep right out of the gate. And off we go to the races. It's going to be a touchdown for Leibel. And Leibel and Mellum have basically been a wrecking crew tonight for the Hudson Raider defense. Jake Leibel has put on a show tonight, and he continues to do so. Looks like we do have a flag down. I think we're going to have a completion. The flag was thrown. Well, I don't see the flag. I don't know. They're talking to Jack Koski right now. I heard some boo birds in the stands and assumed that there was a flag on the field, but I don't see anything right now. But kind of an odd situation. They are talking to Jack Koski, and well, now they're going to give him the touchdown. Been an odd evening tonight for the officials. Not sure what that was all about, but either way, it's a 94-yard touchdown pass from Mellon to Jake Leibel, and Superior has a 27-21 lead. This is the first time this season that Hudson has trailed in a football game. And the kick is good by Schwartz. And Superior has a 28-21 lead. And the Hudson Raiders are going to have to come up with something here on offense because the defense has shown no ability to stop the Superior passing offense here tonight. With 6:38 left in the third quarter. Superior 28-21. So we just got some clarification. The penalty there was a sideline interference penalty on Superior, and that does not make the play dead. They assess that penalty on the kickoff, so Superior will be kicking off from the 25-yard line instead of the 40. So that's what happened. Going to be fielded at the 30 by Lucas Trainer. And Trainer is going to be taken down at the 42-yard line. Raiders will start this possession. Really good field position, but they definitely have to put some points on the board here. Trailing for the first time this season, 28-21 on the road in Superior. Opening night of the Big Rivers Conference slate. Hudson up at Superior, Eau Claire North at Menominee, Chippewa Falls at Memorial, and River Falls at Rice Lake tonight. And they're going to hand it off to Marvin. Marvin slips a tackle, makes another guy move. He's going to have the first down and more. Falling ahead for a gain of about 15 yards is Braden Marvin. Didn't see Marvin on that first drive. They bring him back onto the field here for the second drive, and automatically with a nice pickup here to get things going. Yucatil will set up from the pistol, and the Raiders moved early again. Talked earlier about how they've been playing pretty clean football this season, but they're taking off early tonight. So 1st and 10 turns into a 1st and 15. Back it up to the 48-yard line of Superior. And Yucatil will keep it himself. He's going to gain about 3. Going to set up a second down and long. And I don't think that Coach Adam Cowles is going to be punting it on a 4th and short this time. The Raiders have to score. This is 4-down territory for Hudson. Yucatil set to throw. He's going to throw it downfield. Got his man. Going to be a first down and more. The completion made by Weissemeyer, and that will move the chains for Hudson. Both of these offenses tonight have moved the ball very well. I have a feeling tonight's game is really going to come down to who's able to force a turnover. And they're going to give it to Nick Holm. No. Ucatil had the football there, and he's going to lose about 2. They faked the handoff to Holm. Should have gave it to him. Second and 12. Once again, 4-down territory for Hudson. They'll kick it out to Marvin. Marvin able to make one guy miss, but he's upended for a short gain. Actually, he's going to lose a yard on that play. So 3rd and long for Hudson. Ucatil under center. And they'll give it to Marvin. Marvin makes some guys misses. Marvin should have a first down. Marvin runs with a full head of steam through that line. And they're actually going to mark him a little bit short. 4th down and inches for Hudson. Raiders give it to Nick Holm. Nick Holm first down and more. Down to the 10-yard line. Should be close to a 1st and goal. Well, looks like they're going to move into the EB zone here. Just outside the 10-yard line. 1st and 10. Raiders will have an opportunity to get a first down without scoring. I figure they just put it right in. They get Superior to move that time. Raiders should pick up 5 yards the easy way on that one. And they will march the football ahead 5 yards. First and 5 from the 6-yard line. Ucatil hands it to Bronson. Bronson makes a guy miss. Bronson still fighting, still on his feet. Down inside the 5. See where they mark the football. I don't think they ever did bring him down. 3:30 left in the 3rd quarter. Hudson Raiders trailing 28-21, but knocking on the door here down to around the 3-yard line. Ucatil under center, Nick Holm behind him. And I believe Superior jumped off sides there, tried to shoot the hole, and Ucatil used the snap count to his advantage there. Going to be half the distance to the goal line on that one. Linebacker was coming, whether or not that football was snapped or not. He was on his way. Good use of the snap count there by John Ucatil. They'll run Marvin in motion, give it to Holm. Nick Holm standing up into the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. Nick Holm, 2nd touchdown of the evening. And the Hudson Raiders are 1 Christian Bell extra point away from tying this football game up. 3:05 left in the 3rd quarter. 28 for Superior, 27 for Hudson. Christian Bell on to kick the extra point. Ucatil will hold. Kick is up, and it is good. 28-28. 3:05 left in the left in the 3rd quarter. Folks in the stadium tonight here are getting their money's worth. Been a fun back and forth contest. If you want to see more Hudson Raider football in your home, you can pick up a DVD set of the Hudson Raiders 2014 season. Give us a call, 715-386-0115, or you can email us. It's info@riverchannel.org, and we'll get you set up with a season pass to Hudson Raider football. You can have it on DVD, or if you got one of those nice new HD TVs with a Blu-ray, we got it in Blu-ray too. We're shooting this game in HD. You're watching it at home here in SD, but you can get it in HD. Give us a call, 715-386-0115, or email info@riverchannel.org. covering every game. Wherever the Raiders go, we go too. Christian Bell set to kick off for Hudson. Kick is away. It's going to be fielded around the 5-yard line. And there's a hole. Christian Bell able to make a shoestring tackle on Bo Gerard. Otherwise, he was off to the races, and Superior's offense has not needed field position to score. But they've got it here. They'll start this drive at their own 44-yard line. Hudson Raiders need to come up with a stop in a big way. Leibel lined up on the right side here. He's going to go face-to-face with Lucas Trainer. Raiders defense making some adjustments here because Leibel has just destroyed the Hudson Raider defense tonight. Mellum looking to throw. He's under pressure, and he'll be taken down by a host of jerseys. Ryder in there. Xander Motu and Holden Tim. 5-yard loss on first down, and the Hudson Raiders going to need some more of that. Looks to me like defensive coordinator Neil Hatfield has told Lucas Trainer, you stay wherever 25 goes. And Mellum's going to go down once again. Ryan Ryder coming in from the left side of the defense and takes down Mellum for another sack. This one's going to be a loss of around 10, and that's going to back the Superior offense way back. 3rd down and 23 coming up for Superior. Lucas Trainer, the speediest guy on the Raider defense, coming over to cover Leibel now. Mellum set the pass. He's going to be under pressure again. Gets it out. He's got an open man over there, but he's going to be wrapped up and pulled down. That is Grant Hansen. And Hansen's going to be well short of a first down. But we've got a flag on the play. It's over there where the Trainer battle with Jake Leibel's going on, and they're going to call him for a holding. And that's, I believe, a first down. Let's see what they do here. Joel Eby would be beside himself right now. Now, they're going to replay the down. It'll be 3rd down and around 9. So 3rd and 9. They tack 5 yards onto the play and give them the down over. So 3rd and 9. Mellum's going to roll out looking for Leibel, throws it over there, and it's going to be incomplete. Pass intended for Mitch Anderson, and that should bring out the Superior punt team. So the Raider defense finally able to get a stop here on Superior. Hudson Raiders made an adjustment there, and we'll see what Superior ends up doing on their next possession. They answer the adjustment. Mackenzie Schwartz set the punt. But again, this is a great spot for a fake. Good field position for a fake. Schwartz will kick it away, though. It's a high kick. Not very long, though, but Superior will down the football at around the 25-yard line. The Raiders will start the drive with 75 yards in front of them. 1 minute, 3 seconds left in the third quarter. Raiders back at home next week. Newton Field, Friday, September 12th, hosting Menominee. Got to finish their business here tonight, though. Ukitil under center. We're tied at 28 apiece, and he tried to hand it off to Holm, but they're met by a host of blue jerseys, and they're going to mark his forward progress down about a yard behind the line of scrimmage, and that's a pretty fortunate spot for the Hudson Raiders. That play was blown up from the outset. Second down and 11 now for Hudson. Ukitil to Braden Marvin. Marvin gets out of a tackle, spins out of another one, still on his feet. Going to be a gain of around 7 yards. Will set up a 3rd down and 4 for the Raiders. Big run there by Braden Marvin. 3rd down and a short 4, long 3. Call it whatever you want. Marvin will go in motion. Raiders tried to draw Superior offsides. They weren't having it there. Reset the offense. And we're going to have a timeout called. Nope, that's the end of the third quarter. So a nice slick little move there. An opportunity to try to draw Superior offsides. Couldn't do it, so they'll reset and get ready for the fourth quarter. So we played to a draw at the end of the half. We're in a draw here at the end of the third quarter. 21-21 at the half, 28-28 right now at the end of the third quarter. Mentioned the Raiders will take on Menominee next week at Newton Field. After that, they'll head off on the road once again to Rice Lake and then host Eau Claire Memorial at home. That'll be homecoming for traveling on the road to Chippewa Falls. Then a home game for the Jug against River Falls. And the Raiders will finish off the regular season this year on the road over in Eau Claire against the Eau Claire North Huskies. Should be a real fun season of Hudson Raider football. Be a lot more fun if they can pick up a victory here tonight, but this has been a heck of a game. Superior really playing well on defense here in the second half, and they've played well on offense basically since the start of the second quarter. So 3rd down and short here for the Raiders. A big conversion here. If they can get a first down and march this ball down the field, it'll be huge. Ukitil set to throw. He's going to throw it downfield. He's got a man. It's going to be broken up. Looking for Weissemeyer. Interesting spot to call that, but so they thought they'd have the element of surprise, and they did. So the incompletion will bring Christian Bell onto the field to punt. Jake Leibel will stand at around his own 35. Nice snap, and Bell will kick it away, nearly blocked. It's going to be a line drive kick picked up by Leibel, and Leibel drilled. Superior will start this drive. Looks like they're going to mark it around the 34-yard line. First possession of the fourth quarter here for Superior. Hudson was able to make Superior look a little rough on offense there in that drive. Let's see what they come up with here in this drive. Looks like Leibel's going to start this drive on the bench. They're just getting his breath here. Grant Hansen, the receiver on the far side. And they're going to give it to Kennelly. And Kennelly going to have a first down. Tackled by Sekulu, but I believe Kennelly has the first down, and he does. That will move the chains for Superior. So 1st and 10 out to the 45. Spartan's been moving the ball through the air. There they get a nice run of around 10 yards on 1st down. Kennelly's looked good when he's had the opportunity to run the football tonight. This time Mellum set the pass, and the Raiders were held. Superior defense, or the Raider defensive lineman there, was hot in pursuit of Mellum, and one of the blue jerseys had a nice handful of white jersey, but no flags fly that time. 2nd and 10. Mellum looking to throw. Under pressure once again, but he's got his man. And this one's going to get into the end zone, and Superior retakes the lead. Bo Gerard basically with a circus act run after the catch. And Superior back in the driver's seat, 34-28 with 11:01 left in the game. This game has been back and forth and continues to be a sprint. Kick is good by Schwartz, and with 11:01 left in the 4th quarter, Superior leads it 35-28. The Raider defense that was absolutely dominant last week has given up 5 scores on the last 6 drives by Superior. Nick Mellum has been exceedingly effective throwing the football tonight. The Raiders made an adjustment on the last drive to try to slow down Jake Leibel, but Spartan showed right there they've got a lot of weapons they can throw the football to. The Raiders find themselves in a hole once again. Schwartz to kick off. High kick. And it is going to be fielded by Trainer. And Trainer in trouble. And he will go down, I'm going to say around the 12-yard line. No, they're going to mark it at the 10. Not a good spot for the Hudson Raider offense to come onto the field. Need some points in a big way here. 90 yards in front of him. Ucatil's going to keep it, and he's got some yards. Ucatil, a lot of space out over the 30 down to around the 40-yard line. No yellow hankies on the field, and the Raiders will move the chains. They're going to mark him down right at the 40. A gain of 30 by John Ucatil on first down. The Raiders are out of the field position hole. And this is going to be a run by Braden Marvin. Pick up of around 8 yards on first down. Give them 9, brings up second down and 1. And they'll go to Nick Holm, and Holm will have the first down. Ahead for about 3 yards. Demel ran off the field there after going down the injury in the third quarter. Looked to be well under his own power, but has not returned since then. Superior calls a timeout here. First timeout of the second half called for Superior. The Raiders still have all 3. Superior's schedule the rest of the way. They've got Hudson here tonight, and they travel to Chippewa Falls and then travel to Menominee. Home at River Falls, home against Rice Lake, and then on the road to Eau Claire North, and home at Eau Claire Memorial. And from what I've seen tonight, I think they're going to be a pretty tough football team to contend with here in the Big Rivers Conference. They have taken the 2-time defending Big Rivers Conference champions and a team that's gone into the state semifinals 2 years in a row. And I wouldn't say they have them on the ropes, but they are toe-to-toe with them here tonight. They lead at 35-28, plenty of time, 10 minutes left in the game, but Superior leads 35-28. Raiders with the football in Superior territory. Ucatil under center. And Ucatil looking to run. Play kind of busted up by Superior, but John able to pick up a couple yards there. Well, they'll give him 1. Second 9 coming up for Hudson. Bronson in motion. Ucatil looking to throw. He's going to throw it downfield for Weissemeyer. He's got it. And he's going to be pulled down at around the 25-yard line, but that will be a first down for the Hudson Raiders. The Raiders making their way down the field here. Another stoppage in play as the officials have a discussion. And there is a flag on the field at around the 45-yard line. This has been an interesting game. They're talking to Coach Cowles. I think it's the way it's looking, it's going to be against Superior, but a lot of flags on the field tonight. It seems like a lot of flags on the field during big plays. Talking to the Raiders, talking to Coach Cowles. I'm guessing it's going to be against Superior, but let's see what they can come up with. They're moving the chains. And now the official's going to come over and talk to the Superior sideline. Just been an odd evening for the officials tonight. So I don't know if they're picking it up now or what. The Superior coaching staff doesn't look real upset. They will pick up the flag. I don't know. So, first and 10 for the Raiders at the 25-yard line. Raiders trying to get 5 yards for free there. Superior not having it. And Ucatil's going to keep it himself. Now he kicks it out to Marvin. Marvin sprinting away from a defender is going to go down and around the 4-yard line. Marvin slipped a tackle, looked like he had a chance, but just tripped up. And they will mark it at the 5. It'll be first and goal for Hudson. More officials discussion. Flag down at the 10-yard line. Wow. Busy, busy night for the boys in stripes. They're going to call a penalty against Hudson, and that'll back them up. Apparently only flags fly during big plays tonight. Wow. So it'll basically be a replay of the down. It'll back the Raiders up a yard. 1st and 11 from the 26-yard line. Been a lot of penalties in this game. Yucatil will throw it, and it's going to be intercepted. So Superior comes up with the first turnover of the night, and they lead it by 7. And this game has kind of been a video game type of game. The Raiders defense need to come up with a stop here. I thought it would come down to whoever could force a turnover, and Superior was able to come up with a turnover right there. Raiders would have had 1st and goal at the 5 instead, turn it over there. And now Superior will come out on offense. Kennelly going to pick up about 2 or 3 on 1st down. Niederhauser with the tackle for Hudson. 2nd down and 8, 8:54 clock running. Superior leads it by 7. Hudson has not lost a conference game in 3 seasons. The last 2 years, they've been undefeated in the conference schedule. And they will run it up the middle once again with Kennelly. Pick up around 3. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5. And Superior has been golden on 3rd down situations tonight. Raiders cannot afford to allow Superior to score on this drive. 3rd down and 5 from the 25. And flags fly, and I believe this one's going to be against Superior. So false start on the Spartans, going to back them up 5 yards, turn to 3rd and 5 into a 3rd and 10. I don't think anyone was thinking that play was going to be a run anyway, but Superior will need an extra 5 to convert here. Leibel is the receiver on the far side of the field. Grant Hansen to the near side. And they're going to throw it out for Hansen, and it's going to be incomplete. And the Raider defense comes up with a very, very big stop. So 4th and 10, and Superior will send the punt team onto the field. 7:43 left in the game. Hudson Raiders trailing 35-28. They have not trailed in a game all season long until tonight. We're only 3 games into the season, but first 2 games they led wire to wire. It's a high kick. And the Raiders just need to get away from that football. Going to take a Superior bounce down to around the 33-yard line. Tough bounce for the Raiders there, but honestly, they're real lucky they didn't get hit by that football. A lot of Raiders running around there. So Hudson will come onto the field with 67 yards in front of them and trailing 35-28, 7:28 left in the game. They got to make it happen here. Yucatil will hand it off up the middle, and the Raiders going to have a pretty nice gain there on 1st down. That was Dayton Diemel, who has re-entered the game. Gain of 8. Well, I'll give him 7 on first down. And they'll give it to Diemel once again, and he will have the first down. We haven't really seen much of Diemel in space, so I don't know if he's got breakaway speed, but one thing he does have is explosiveness in tight quarters. He hits the line hard. And Yucatil is going to be wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Beautiful play by Ross Kennelly, just blew that up. Loss of 4 for Hudson. Raiders had an offensive lineman pull there, and Kennelly just filled the hole and came in right behind Yucatil and dragged him down. 2nd and 14. And Yucatil under pressure, Yucatil going down. Raiders came up with a big stop, and Superior has answered with the makings of what could be a big stop here. Clock rolling, 6 minutes. Going to be a 3rd down and about 22 here. 3rd and 22 for Hudson. Yucatil going from the pistol. Yucatil winds up and throws. Going to be caught by Weissemeyer, but it's going to be well short of the first down. It'll help the Raiders in the field position game, but it will still send Christian Bell onto the field. So the Raider defense is going to need to come up big once again. Leibel will not return this punt. They'll have Hansen back deep to return. Nice snap, and Bell will get it away. Big, high, booming kick. And Hansen called for a fair catch and makes it. They're going to mark it around the 16, 17-yard line. Leibel's on the bench. The training staff is around him. They're not really doing much, but they are around him talking to him. Still has his helmet on. First and 10 for Superior, leading it by 7. Mellum set the pass. Mellum under pressure, gets it away. Going to be incomplete, and it's going to be intentional grounding. But there's a flag down, and the Raiders may have roughed him. So I think he was called for grounding, but I think Hudson may be called for roughing the passer. 4:47 left in the fourth quarter. Let's see what we got. Grounding? Yep, it's going to be grounding. So it'll be a loss of downs and the yardage. Crowd wanted to see a roughing the passer. That's a tough penalty, but it was no doubt it was grounding. I thought that was a spot foul, but they're going to back him up 5 yards. Superior coach wants a roughing the passer as well. So they mark it as a 5-yard loss of down as well. Second and 15 for Superior. 4:47 left in the contest. Raiders trailing at 35-28. Clock stop 4:47. And they will hand it off. And slipping through tackles And now pushing the pile forward is going to be Bo Gerard. It's going to make for a very manageable third down situation here as the clock rolls. 4.5 to play. 3rd down and 5 coming up for Superior. And the Raiders need to make a stop right here. Superior's going to run some clock. The Raiders are able to come up with a stop. They're going to have to call timeout unless we got an incomplete pass. 3rd and 5. Mellum set to throw, pump fake, throw it again, and he's got the completion for the first down out to Hanson across the 40-yard line, and that's going to be big trouble for the Hudson Raiders. So 1st and 10 for Superior at the 38-yard line. Clock stopped at 3:56. Raider defense going to have to come up with a turnover here. Mellum will keep it himself. Going to be a short gain, about a yard. Clock ticking, 3:47 left in the game. Raiders with the full allotment of timeouts. They're going to have to start calling them here pretty soon. Raiders have moved the ball very well all season long, but it's more of a methodical type offense. Mellum letting that clock roll down to 3:18. And they will hand it off to Gerard. Gerard slipping through tackles once again, and he's going to pick up about 7. Call it a gain of 6. Raiders had him stopped for a short loss, couldn't make the tackle. Clock rolling under 3 minutes now. Raiders still not calling timeout. 3rd down here. They got to stop this one. 3rd down and a short 4 for Superior. They're going to let the clock roll. 2:35. And I believe Superior is going to get called for moving early. That will stop the clock. 2:28 left in the game. Hudson Raiders trailing by 7. Superior with the football. It's going to be a 3rd down and a short 8. And if Hudson can't get a stop here, they're definitely going to have to use those timeouts. Third and 8. Mellum rolls to his right, gets it away, and it's going to be caught for a first down and more. Hudson has shown really no ability to contain the Superior passing offense tonight. Had a couple of stops since the second quarter, but Superior has basically moved the ball at will through the air. And with 1:58 left, the Raiders with the full complement of timeouts. One more first down for Superior, and this one's over. And Mellum's going to keep it himself, and he'll pick up about 3. Hudson will call a timeout here. 2nd and 7 coming up for Superior. The Raiders are now in a spot where basically turnover or nothing. You don't come up with a turnover, it's all over but the crying. Going to be a long week of practice talking to a lot of the Superior faithful this evening as we were getting set up for the broadcast, and a lot of them told me we're going to have to play a perfect game tonight to beat the Hudson Raiders. Well, Superior has done, they've played just about the best game that you could play against the Hudson Raider defense. Raiders are coming off 2 straight seasons of no conference losses. They need to get a stop here or they're going to get one here tonight. One receiver wide to the near side, but this is going to be a run. Raiders swatting in there at that football. That's what they need to do. Going to bring a 3rd and long coming up here for Superior. Hudson calls another timeout. Going to have a 3rd down and about 8 coming up. The Raiders have 1 timeout left. 3rd and 8 coming up. They can get a stop. Call a timeout again. Stop the clock with about 1:40. Superior, depending on what kind of yardage they get here in the 3rd down, they don't get much. I'm guessing they're going to punt the Raiders deep. If they get close, I wouldn't be surprised to see them go for it. With 3rd down coming up and Superior really throwing the ball well. Even though running the football may burn a Hudson timeout, I don't think a pass here is a bad idea. Mellon will line up in the shotgun, Kennelly next to him. 3rd and 8. And they are going to run it with, go up the middle. They have a goofy looking reverse. Mitch Anderson going to pick up about 4 yards and set up a 4th down and 5. Hudson calls a timeout. And I think Superior is going to punt. 4th and 5 coming up. They probably should punt. Raiders 1:40 left in the clock, down by 7. Would make a lot of sense to make Hudson go the length of the field. Obviously, it'd be nice if you're Superior just to keep the football out of their hands. But I don't think Coach Bob DeMeyer wants to risk giving the Raider offense good field position. Raiders certainly capable of scoring on any defense. But so far what we've seen this season is a grinded out approach. And Superior will send the punt team onto the field. Lucas Traynor is going to stand at his own 10-yard line. And again, I don't think they're going to fake punt it, but the field position says it's in play here. They will kick it away. It's a high, short kick. Thank you very much. The Raiders are going to get real good field position. They'll mark that ball out at the 35-yard line. Yikes. So that was a very fortunate thing for the Raiders. Didn't lose a whole lot of clock there and didn't lose a whole lot of yardage. .133 left to play. Hudson Raiders trailing by 7. 63 yards in front of them. They need to get it in the end zone in 93 seconds. Yucatil from the shotgun, sets up, fires. He's got his man, Demo, but Demo will go down for no gain. They're actually going to give him a 1-yard loss. And Demo injured on the play, and I would say the crowd here tonight at Superior has been a really nice crowd, really sportsmanlike, but the initial reaction to that was that it was a fake injury. But obviously, Demo in a lot of pain, and he was shaken up earlier in the lower extremity and looks to be another leg injury here. It does stop the clock. Raiders out of timeouts, and obviously a stop clock is beneficial to Hudson, but an injured Dayton Demo is not beneficial to Hudson. University of Minnesota Duluth trainers on hand tonight. Superior coaching staff goes out to take a look as well. Demo up on his feet, but moving much more gingerly than he did the last time he hit the field. By the looks of Dayton Demo, I don't think we're going to see him for the remainder of this game. Second down and 11, 1:25 left in the contest. Hudson Raiders trailing 35-28. They start the clock. Ucatil looking to throw. Ucatil goes down. Big loss on that sack. And it's going to be a third down and very long, 1:09 left. Obviously, it's a two-down possession here. They're going to have to play it out to 4 downs. Ucatil set to throw again. Guns it down the sideline. Wassemeyer can't pull it down. Intercepted over there by Bo Gerard. And that's going to be it. The Hudson Raider Big Rivers Conference winning streak will come to an end tonight at Superior Sports Complex, the National Bank of Commerce field. Spartans will call a timeout here, I think, just to maybe get some of their reserves into the game, give them an opportunity to get onto the field here. It's a brand new field for Superior, and they started off in style. They won last week in a non-conference game against Merrill, 31-7, and they knock off the two-time defending Big Rivers Conference champions tonight here. It's going to be 35-28 unless the Hudson Raiders can come up with some sort of miracle. 53 seconds left in the game. No timeouts for Hudson. And Superior with a fresh set of downs. All they have to do is snap the football. They'll have to snap it twice. But it looks like the Hudson Raiders are going to start off their conference slate with a loss tonight. They just could not stop the passing game of the Superior Spartans tonight. And I believe Superior was just called for too many men in the huddle. Just the odd evening of officiating continues. It's a good call. There's 12 guys in there. You throw the flag, but it's just kind of one of those things that at this point, it really doesn't matter. Victory formation for Superior. Nick Mellon takes a knee. He'll have to do it one more time. Clock rolling. And Mellon's waiting for the clock to get under 35 seconds here. Going to approach the center. And they'll snap the ball. With 20 seconds remaining, and that's going to be it. So the Superior Spartans with a signature win tonight over this Hudson Raider team that, after some big wins to start the season, I think a lot of people thought this was Hudson's game tonight, but Superior came to play and put on an impressive performance, taking the Hudson Raiders basically toe-to-toe for the whole game before taking control with about 5 minutes left. And the Raiders will start off their Big Rivers Conference schedule with a loss. And next week, they will take on Menominee at home at Newton Field with an opportunity to get to 1-1 in conference. But with 6 straight wins over Menominee, you know Joe Labuda and company is going to bring their best next week as well for the Hudson Raiders. So a tough loss tonight here in Superior. The Hudson Raiders fall for the first time this season, 35-28 to the Spartans. Joel Eby taking the night off. We'll give him a tip to the cap. We wish you could have been here, buddy. But both of us should be in business next week at Newton Field. We will see you next week. Tonight, the Hudson Raiders fall 35-28. Next week on the River Channel will be Menominee and Hudson. We'll see you then.